everybody, and welcome to North 100 Showdown, a Canadian Highlander throwdown. My name is Wheeler, and joining me is a Nelson.
I'm here.
We got a Ben on tech.
Welcome.
And we've got... I said welcome when we first recorded this, and then I was like, wow, okay, I swear to God, I won't say welcome again, and really thought hard. And now in this match, all I'm going to think about is welcome. And we'd like to welcome you to patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. If you go over there, support the channel, help us do this, because we couldn't do this without you. And all the different things we do around here. It's a welcome treat to see everybody's money. Also, if you want to see some money, you can look in the description down below for our deck lists and some information on the format.
We really appreciate you.
Huh?
Hey Ben, today I am on Green-Red Monsters. It's the same deck that Pro Tour Day 2 competitor Noel Robin brought to the Canadian Highlander 2023 Championships.
Wow.
It's a good one. My points are Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby, and Sol Ring.
You looked at your hand when you said Mox Ruby. I'm worried.
And my deck aims to play some mana accelerants like the points and Llanowar Elves, and then play large creatures and attack you with them.
Okay.
I don't have a ton of interaction except the ones that remove players.
Okay. I am playing a bit of a monstrosity. A bit of a local legend here. I'm playing Jacob Varro's 5-color Thoracle lands list from the 2023 Canadian Highlander Top 8. The finalist list, one of the finalist lists, I should say.
Made the finals with this.
And yeah, there's a lot to be said about this. It looks goofy.
Yeah.
It's got the wildest point spread you could imagine. Thassa's Oracle and Strip Mine.
Together at last.
Yeah, so the Thoracle, obviously, I need to use with Demonic Consultation, and the Strip works with Fast Bond, Zurin Orb, and Crucible of Worlds. And then this is just the Black Lotus I cheated and put in my deck.
Perfect. That sounds like a great turn one.
This deck is very interesting. It's one that Jacob has been working on for almost a decade
It's
now.
like it's his Michelangelo.
It's like
Or
evolved.
David. It's his statue of David. That's what I mean. Yeah. Sorry.
It's David's Michelangelo.
It's David's Michelangelo. Yeah.
It's a list that has evolved. It's added. I mean, obviously, Thoracle wasn't in it for the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's
But you made it extra interesting.
yeah, it's
Yeah. It was really ahead of its time.
It had like an Enchantress package. It's been a wild ride.
Right. It's gone through a lot of iterations.
I'm going to try to do it justice. I have only made 2 small tweaks to the list. That is adding Field of the Dead.
Oh, that's a big tweak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And adding a Surveil land
Okay. That's a small
as a
tweak.
way to kind of go infinite and dump your library.
Every time I look at this deck, it seems to be doing something different. And I want to ask your opinion about this before we start, because you've played lands lists. Do you think that this list could exist without Jacob? Like, is this like a place that like a lands version would go to under anyone else's, deck brewing?
So this is going to make me sound like the most egotistical jerk, which is normal.
Right. Yeah, just some words coming out of your mouth, right?
So this list is shockingly similar to the garbage platter, garbage trough, even like eggs style combo lists where every tutor can effectively find every piece of the puzzle, right?
Okay.
And so there are just so many overlapping combos and synergies that if you're not familiar with it and you're playing against it, you might be like, oh, he always has it. How? And it's like, well, it's because this got this, which also finds this and does that.
So it's in the garbage platter family.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten to Thassa's Oracle Strip Mine as the spread, but I'm glad Jacob did because it's pretty interesting. It's and for what it's worth, I do think there is room to explore around the. What if we just got so greedy with lands it made you violently ill? And yeah.
Well, let's get violently ill. You won the die roll as is tradition.
I did win the die roll. I want to be clear, while we have the camera here, this is how I roll the dice. I specifically have altered. Have I told people?
Yes.
I'm doing it again.
Here we go.
I don't roll like this. I shake it up, and then I go like that. and just whip it across and try to. There's no way there can be any.
I just hold it in my hand and then kind of drop them like that. Hey, look, I won that one.
Nope, I'm going first. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck.
Field of the Dead.
It's possible he can win a die roll as long as it's not for stakes.
And I'll play a Zurin Orb.
Zurin Orb in play.
Go ahead.
Okay, drawing a card. And I'll play a Mountain and a Mox Emerald. Cast Robber of the Rich and attack you for 2.
I have 5 cards in hand.
I have 5 cards in hand. You take 2 and nothing happens?
Nothing happens.
You're remove. Good thing you played that Zurin Orb.
Heads up hockey right there.
Yep.
Tropical Island. I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast Sylvan Scrying.
That's a good one.
I am going to find a land and put it into my hand. This deck has 45 lands? Something like that?
So it's important to note there's no rule that states you have to look at them all before choosing which one to put in your hand.
But because this is the first time, no, I'm going to grab Glacial Chasm.
Okay.
Pretty important card in this.
That card's pretty good against me.
Yeah. I'm going to pass.
Untap. So you probably... No, you played a land, so you still have 5 cards in hand?
Yeah.
So if I can get down to 4, you're saying I can get one of them.
If you get down to 4, you can grab one of the worst cards you've ever seen off the top of my deck.
But maybe it'll be a combo piece that, like, you know, ruins your show. We'll put this forest into play. Is that right?
This deck only plays Thassa's Oracle. You're not playing Jace Wielder of Mysteries. I believe at one point in time it was, but oh no.
What about Laboratory Maniac?
Nope. Although, that would be kind of hot.
They exile your Thassa's Oracle and think they've got you?
I think Labman is genuinely an underrated piece in the like Esper Oracle piles, especially because like Gifts Ungivens 1 point, you have Unearth and Helping Hand now. Like, I mean, you always have Reanimate, but you have a lot of redundancy in the 1 mana. Get back the card that wins.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a Flinthoof Boar.
Oh, beautiful pig.
A beautiful pig for a beautiful combat step. I have 4 cards in hand. I'll attack for 5.
All right. Exile the top card. It's a March of Otherworldly Light.
Well, that's like a good one for you not to be drawing immediately.
Yeah.
Back to you.
That one kind of sucks. For me. Bad.
Sorry to hear.
No, it's okay. I'm going to play a Plateau. And I'm going to play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Okay.
I can play an additional land each turn. Lands I control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. And I believe I'm going to play a Waterlogged Grove down to 3 cards, and I'll pass.
Untapping. Interesting. Oh, right, that also works. Well, that works too. What?
Well,
I only have 2 red mana. It's not a ton of red mana. I'm going to put a Boseiju into play because it's a land.
Yeah.
I know, weird, right?
It's shocking.
Okay, and that too. Oh well. I'll then cast Mawlock, Ravenous 2, and fight Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Oh, my Dryad.
Then I'll attack for 5. I have 3 cards in hand.
I also have 3
Okay,
cards.
just 5 damage then.
I go to 8.
Back to you, friend.
Untap. Draw. What the hell does this card do? Well, that's pretty good.
Pretty good card, hey? That's the other thing I like about Jacob's deck. Is like every single card is kind of a banger. Like, rather than having lots of little pieces that add up. Like, when you look at eggs, it's like, well, there's 3 cards in this deck that I think are good on their own.
What do you mean, 3? Yeah. I'll go to 7.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Nylea's Intervention.
Okay.
I search for X lands, put them into my hand.
Very good.
I'm going to grab a Savannah and I believe I will be grabbing a... Ooh. That's kind of hot. Don't get distracted, Ben.
2 lands.
Don't get distracted.
Into your hand.
God, this deck is tough. I'm going to grab a copy of Echoing Depths, or
That's
Deeps.
Cool. Deeps?
Yeah. May have it enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land in a graveyard, except it's a cave in addition to its other land types.
Does it always enter tapped no matter what, too? Or
No, because it also just taps for a colorless. So you can have it come to play just as a normal land that taps for a colorless.
Okay, great.
They fixed Vesuva. I'm going to play Glacial Chasm.
Okay.
As it comes into play, I'm going to sacrifice this Waterlogged Grove.
You got it.
As per Glacial Chasm. And I'll pass.
Okay, you have 4 cards in hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
For those that don't know, when the CTBs, you sack a land. I cannot attack. All damage dealt to me is reduced by 0, and it is cumulative upkeep 2 life.
I was curious why. I figured that was what you were grabbing with Nylia's. And then I didn't see you grab it. I was like, And it was like, you got it in your hand.
There it is.
That's the key card.
I'll play a Hex Drinker.
Yeah.
I have 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
I'll attack you with Robber of the Rich.
Robber trigger.
Yes.
Tranquil Thicket.
Okay. Am I allowed to play lands with Robber? I don't think so.
No, just spells.
That's totally fine. I will cast this March of Otherworldly Light, targeting your Zero Orb.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, it's not, but it happens.
It's not great. And then I'll put 2 counters on my Hex Drinker.
Sure.
Back to you.
I'm going to put an Age counter on this and lose 2 life.
Okay.
Draw. Going to play a Savannah. And I'm going to overload Dam.
Okay.
Destroy all creatures. There's some card choices in here that makes, I guess, like they definitely make sense.
Right.
But I still don't know why.
You're blowing up all my creatures when you already have a Glacial Chasm in play?
Well, like it's a Wrath.
Yes.
And it's this Wrath in particular. That's it.
I'm going to put a Den of the Bugbear into play and then cast Gut, True Soul Zealot,
Hell yeah.
and then pass the turn.
Good.
I get to choose a background. No, I don't.
I'm going to go to 1.
I'd like to choose a background.
Please let me choose a background.
Yeah, what was Nelly doing before we met him?
I am going to play Echoing Deeps as a colorless land.
Okay, as an Echoing Deeps, okay.
And I'm going to cast Nissa Vital Force.
Great.
Sorry, it's not in German. I can't read it.
Right.
5 loyalty plus 1. Untap up to 1 land you control. It becomes a 5/5 elemental.
Right.
Until my next turn.
Right.
It has haste and all that. -3 is return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. And -6 is I get an emblem that whenever a land ETBs, I draw a card. Or I may draw a card, very importantly.
Right.
So I'm going to play this. I'm going to activate it to make Echoing Deeps
Okay.
into a 5/5. And I'll pass.
Okay, I'll untap. It stops being a 5/5 next turn?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'll play a Taiga. I think Mox Emerald is less valuable than Den of the Bugbear. I'm going to throw one of them away to make a menace creature.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I can also choose to not to throw away Gut if I do it this way. I have an interesting... Gut is a cool card.
Yeah.
Interesting turn. Whenever I attack, I can sacrifice another creature or an artifact. Okay.
Yeah, this card's messed up.
But I don't have to attack with Gut if I attack with Den of the Bugbear.
You just
So-
have to attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I could even sacrifice the token, although you have a blocker this turn. Do I want to? I feel like you have the sorcery removal. I just want to keep this Den of the Bugbear. Yeah, I'm going to play it not too complicated. I'll just attack Nissa with Gut Gut and sacrifice Mox Emerald to make a 4/1 Menace skeleton. And the skeleton will also attack Nissa. Yeah, so Gut will die.
Gut will die.
Nissa will take 4.
Go to 2.
And then I'll cast... is this right? Probably. I'll cast Arc Trail targeting... Oh, wait. Does this work? Sorry, Judge.
It can target two targets.
Is it any 2 targets?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I have an original version of Arc Trail. So, yeah, I'll target Nissa and you, I guess.
Sure. Nissa dies. I take 0.
Pass.
No longer a creature.
I have a Menace skeleton. Just leaving it out here.
Losing Glacial Chasm because I cannot pay for cumulative upkeep. Nelson has stolen my water bottle.
It's mine now. Ha ha ha.
Drawing for the turn. I'm going to play Crucible of Worlds.
That's a good one.
I'm going to play this Glacial Chasm from my graveyard, sacrificing this Echoing Deeps as my land for the turn. That's
not right?
Not right.
Okay.
I'm going to... Oh, no, it is right. I'm at 1. It has to be right. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Go.
Untap. Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
Go.
I have to sacrifice Glacial Chasm.
Okay.
Draw step.
Yep.
I'm going to play Azusa Lost But Seeking.
Okay.
I'm going to take a game action of playing Waterlogged Grove. I'm going to
still have priority. Yep.
Yes, I'm going to take a game action of playing Echoing Deeps.
Okay.
Not having it enter the battlefield as a copy of anything. I'm going to then take a game action of playing this Glacial Chasm, which is going to have 2 triggered abilities. To sack a land and make a 2/2 zombie.
Sure.
I am going to sacrifice the Echoing Deeps and make
Do you need zombies?
Yes, please.
Just a moment.
Sorry. And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. I'll cast Forked Bolt targeting Azusa.
Sure.
I'll cast Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Okay, go. End of turn, I'm going to cast Enlightened Tutor.
All right.
I don't know why I put it on the card reader.
Force of Habit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Force?
No. Just the Force of Habit.
Force of Habit. Oh.
Just me habitually drawing sorcery speed burn spells.
I was going to say...
We also, if you haven't caught it yet, I'm sure it went out before this one, hopefully. There's a match of the same deck against tokens, and I didn't see either of these cards against your token deck. But of course, the sorcery speed.
But they're really good.
Splitting burn spells. I'm going to draw against the Glacial Chasm.
Yeah, really good when I'm at 1 and I can die exactly in my upkeep.
Yes.
I'm going to grab this Fast Bond.
You got it. But you're at 1.
I'm going to untap and lose Glacial Chasm.
Yeah.
Draw this Fast Bond. I'm going to cast Fast Bond. I'm going to play Glacial Chasm as my first land, and I'm going to lose this Savannah. I'm going to then play my Savannah from the graveyard.
But Fastbond deals 1 damage to you.
But then it's prevented due to...
Oh no, Glacial Chasm prevents the damage from Fastbond.
Oh no, Glacial Chasm has AirPods in. I'm going to play a Misty Rainforest. And I'm going to make another zombie and not take damage. I am going to pay 1 and crack my Waterlogged Grove to draw a card. Ooh. I'm going to play a Lush Portico.
Okay.
Makes me a zombie. I get to surveil 1. I will put this Horizon Canopy into my graveyard.
Sure.
I'm going to play the Horizon Canopy, make a zombie. I'm going to pay 1 and crack this to draw a card.
You got it.
Make a zombie. Crack to draw. I'm going to play a strip. So now this is going to let me strip say my Tropical Island.
Sure.
They both go to the graveyard. And then I can replay the strip and the Tropical Island, tapping the Tropical Island to add a mana,
Yeah.
and then stripping this. So this way I get infinite mana.
And zombies.
And zombies. And I'll have infinite mana of blue, green, green, white. Blue, green, white, and red. Basically everything except for black. Although, once I generate infinite mana...
this turn, so you're probably going to mana burn for infinite, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Elson.
Okay.
I'm now going to use my new addition to the deck.
Ooh.
Lush Portico. I mean, I could just draw my deck, but I'm going to do it this way because it's cool. Where I'm going to strip my Lush Portico.
Okay.
And then replay my Lush Portico in the strip, surveilling.
Sure.
So I'm going to dump my library into my graveyard off of the surveils.
Okay. Is your last card Thoracle, or?
No, I'm just going to flashback Savine's Reclamation.
Oh, that'll do it.
Getting back Thassa's Oracle.
Sounds good.
And Friends.
Close one.
Very close one.
Shoutouts to Forkbolt and Arcturus.
That's the Sorcery Speed Burn.
This is why you got to draw your Planeswalkers against the tokens decks and draw your Sorcery Speed removal against the Glacial Chasm decks. That's how you play this deck.
Yeah.
Gruul monsters, dads know.
I'm very excited after this for the return of Avalanche Riders and all these.
That would be such a good Showdown idea, is if we all played the decks that we played, like, over
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've only made the top 8 like twice. Maybe I've made it only once. I definitely brought Sultai, like Allison's deck plus Mana Drain, to one of them. I don't know if I made another one. Yeah.
The people don't want to see that.
Oh, sure. They just want to play whatever deck you're known for.
People want to see your Naya LD.
Sure, the Naya LD monsters. Yeah.
Orcish Settlers, Enlisted Worm.
I do kind of miss that deck. Oh, I got to jam an Enlisted Worm in an MKM draft recently.
Ooh.
Or it was a PPR. Yeah, it was sealed.
Did you have the Congregation at dawn?
Sure didn't, no. Didn't have a Bloodbraid Elf either.
The kids don't know.
That deck could play like the 3-mana Cascade creature now too.
Ooh.
We need Congregation at Dawn to go 4 deep.
What do you Congregation at Dawn for? I mean, I'm sure this is great for all the listeners out there. What's your Congregation at Dawn stack with Shardless Agent?
Well,
Like
I think
we go
you just
BBE, Shardless, and then...
Oh, I can't just put Enlisted Worm on the top. I just get a random two. I'm getting a Bird's Paradise off the top of my deck and 3 creatures.
Okay. Yeah.
The most fair. Yeah.
Just trying to think of, maybe is there like a weird creature that we can...
Yeah, of course. We could
get
just
around.
put... I mean... The typical one was KOTR. It's like Knight of the Reliquary underneath a Bloodbraid and an Enlisted Worm, which is probably better than a Shardless Agent. But say we wanted to just like land on Inti or
pretty good.
Orcish Settlers. I'm sure I've put in Orcish Settlers in the Congregation of Dawn stack before.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Good luck.
Good luck. I'll go first. I can keep.
I think I can keep. I think I'll keep.
Let's say you.
Okay.
Ignoble Hair. Go ahead.
Zagoth Triumph. Go ahead. This deck plays a lot of Triumphs.
Broadside Bombardiers.
Oh, we're dead.
Attack for 3. No boast. Back to you.
Didn't you just brag you got to attack for 3?
It's true.
Mana Confluence.
Oh, you're losing a life.
Damn.
Oh.
Go ahead.
See, this is why you're up so many matches. You always get the Broadside Bombardiers.
You get to keep your broadside. If you Minskin boo me.
No,
no
pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Take 4.
Could have 5, right?
Oh, right. 5 from
Exalted.
That's right. Yeah. And whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals damage to a target planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Rampaging Raptors.
Could have played at a Grand C. Go to 10. I'll play Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Okay.
I'll play an additional land, which will be Flagstones of Trocaire.
Okay.
And I'll play an Expedition map.
Nice.
Go ahead.
I'll play a forest. And attack for 5. So it fire breathes for 3 mana. I only have 5 mana right now.
No blocks.
Take 5.
All right.
5. Price of progress.
Let's go,
Quickest match in North 100 history?
my man.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay.
I guess the audience is caught on by this point that Ben is on my side. I'm not sure if I've done anything to deserve this except lose to Wheeler a lot. But I'll take it. Thank you, Ben.
I don't think we've had just like a POP like pop off sort of moment.
That was a pretty good.
Pretty good. That was a pretty good draw, but also just like not like flashy.
Yes,
Right?
yeah,
You're just like
It wasn't like I deal 20 to you because
Yeah.
you've got some absurd mana
did-
things.
yeah,
It's just
I
like-
had 2 haste creatures and an ignoble hierarchy.
Yeah. that's just kind of that is the average Gruul monsters kind of
Yeah.
like playing.
I mean, we did draw our pointed card, Price is Progress.
Formerly pointed.
Formerly pointed.
Oh, you mean broadside bombardiers?
Yeah, future pointed card, Broadside Bombardiers.
My hand had Lotus Cobra and the One Ring, and I was like, oh yeah, and Eldamri's Call, and I'm like, oh, I can keep this. Like I'll get a turn maybe.
Right.
And then you played the Bombardiers. I'm like, oh, I can't really Cobra now. Kind of have to kill this.
I will say, despite the Thoracle deck being what it is, from all the matches that I have seen it played, it seems like shockingly consistent in its game plan, which is like very, very impressive.
That's the worst thing about Garbage Platter.
Yeah.
They keep comboing
Yeah,
you.
it just seems like it shouldn't work, and then it does. The Thoracle, I mean, it's in the deck name, and it is like a key part of the deck, but it is admittedly like not as big of a deal. It's more just like, look, your deck can do all this stuff. You just need a way to kill them. And Thoracle is just coincidentally an easy way of killing them without attacking when you don't have a library. I have a Biscuit Risky hand, and I'm going to keep.
I'll keep 2.
Beseiju. Fast Bond.
Okay.
Go.
Siege of Fastpawn, go. Arbor Elf, Ignoble. Bayou, Ignoble Hierarch. Go ahead.
Writes down Arbor.
There's an Arbor Elf in my hand.
Horizon Canopy.
Okay.
Polluted Delta.
19.
19. Going
18.
down to 18.
Okay.
Fetching the Polluted Delta. Grabbing an Underground Sea. I'm going to need you to cut me, because I'm going to go to 17 and play Courser of Crewfix.
Okay. Don't love this.
Come on. The top of my deck wait, hold on. I don't want to spoil it,
Okay.
so I won't say a thing.
All right.
Let's just say the top of my deck is kind to me in draw steps, but not when cards need specific cards on top of the deck.
Maybe I can keep you on brand here.
Come on. Come on, dude. Give me that good stuff.
There you go.
It's a land. Horrible. Play a land, gain a life, lose a life.
Where are you losing? Oh, right, you're losing it.
I lose from Fast Bond, but I gain 1 from Courser. I'm going to fetch.
I have another chance.
Yeah. That Ramanap may have been okay, actually. But, the green sun for the Ramanap.
Right.
But if you muck my Courser, then it gets a lot worse. I'm going to grab Lush Portico.
I knew you would. It's a plains.
It's a plains. Where the heck's my Portico?
Is it in your hand? Because then you can still play it.
No.
We're like, Lush, where'd it go?
Welcome to North 100 Blues Clues. Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah, so that was sweet.
And I also did like Blues Clues.
No, North 100, where's Waldo?
Oh,
He's my opponent.
you meant Paradox Academy featuring the Raven Inspector?
Nice. Makes an artifact.
Okay. I'm going to need you to cut me to that good.
I mean, no, you don't. You've got a trigger for after I cut
Well,
you.
I
Doesn't
mean-
matter what I cut you to.
If you want to cut me to Savine's Reclamation, so I can bin it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty hot. Yeah.
But you still get to see the top card
Yes.
because of this.
It's Lightning Bolt.
It's Lightning Bolt. I'm going to surveil this card into the graveyard. Ren and Realm Breaker. I'm going to pass.
Untap. Draw. Arbor Elf.
Yep.
Elvish Mystic.
Yeah.
Pass.
Oh.
You thought your hand was risky.
Going to play this Windswept Heath. Going to gain 1. I've got... it's better if I do it this way. I'll do it properly. I'll fetch.
Okay.
I think I'll get a basic forest here. So I have a Conduit of Worlds.
Okay.
It is a Crucible of Worlds. I do not currently have a way to... Well, I'm going to, assuming this resolves. I don't know why I'm shuffling.
It'll resolve.
But,
Oh,
I mean,
you're
I guess I
still
technically
tutoring?
have to.
Right. We're going to see a card from your deck, but then you're just going to take a different action.
Yeah,
What?
long
Okay.
story short, I mean, if you want to cut, I'm going to reveal the top of this. So this lets me play lands from the graveyard. This gains the life when I play a land, or when a
Right.
land comes to play. This deals damage to me when lands beyond the initial. So that's the card I'm looking for.
Okay.
However, I don't have a way to actually
Draw
draw it right here. But what I was going to do is play out these lands, find fetchable duels, and then Wargate for 0 to find the Zurin Orb.
Okay, so you can go infinite mana and infinite life here,
And infinite
right?
card draw using Horizon Canopy.
Fair enough. Right.
So through the combination of,
Okay.
these 3, I get to, or technically this can do the same thing, but Zurin Orb here is kind of pulling double duty as a way to put the lands into my graveyard and also gain the life that Fast Bond would normally punish me for. So yeah.
Pretty cool turn 3, Ben.
Thank you. Do you want to do another one?
I'd be happy to play a fun one. Let's just go over the combo really quick
sure.
for anyone who's watching who doesn't really play Canadian Highlander and wants to know.
Sure.
So it's with all these permanents in play, we can play lands from our graveyard. Life loss is negated because of Centaur Courser. And then we can sacrifice our lands as well. So then we can replay them as many times as we want. And we can tap them for mana before we sacrifice them. And one of them draws a card even. So we can draw our whole deck and then cast with our infinite mana. We can cast
Thassa's Oracle.
with no cards in library. My hand
What was your hand?
it was just 3 mana dorks and 1 land and then some payoffs. I think I drew this Iconoclast and then this Scavenging Ooze, but I totally kept this just being like turn 3 Undermountain Adventurer. I'm into it. I don't know.
I mean, if you draw a land, you can broadside there too.
Yeah, broadside doesn't help when you need to keep all your mana dorks around and make mana.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would keep that hand again. It's like mana dork into 2 mana dorks. I didn't get a turn 3, so we didn't get to find out if it was going to be sketch or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think this deck. I don't think you can choose to hard mulligan to a braid or whatever. I don't even know if we're playing a braid, but like interactive pieces. It's pretty low, right? Like we're jamming burn spells so that we can interact with creatures and also win the game. But yeah, I mean, I've had Fembo Stage you both those games, but just needed to play it, or the first 2 games, sorry, but needed to play it.
And I'm just a sack. I do think that this matchup is favored for Jacob's list here, for the lands list. The Gruul monsters can obviously do Gruul monsters things. That's kind of just Highlander, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Every deck could just...
We had that game too.
Yeah. We did? What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Ben's conveniently already forgot about Price of Progress. As he leaves the matchup, he's like, yeah, 100%.
Price who?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay, no.
I'll keep. Are you good?
Yeah.
Windswept Heath, Mox Ruby.
Uh-huh.
I'll fetch. I'll find a dual land and play Noble Hierarch.
Sure.
Go ahead.
The open red mana is a little worrying, but I'm going to go Forest, Birds of Paradise. Then I'll pass.
It's okay. I only draw my burn spells when they don't matter. That's how I pilot this deck. Okay, untap, draw. Interesting. All right, that's good. Okay, I'll play this Firelit Thicket and then cast Goblin Rabblemaster.
That's a good one.
Attack for 2. Back to you.
Making the token, has to attack, exalted, etc., etc.
Yep.
This is a feature of the Gruul Monsters deck that when I have a hand like this, where I have a piece of interaction, but I really don't want to play it, but if I don't play it, I might just end up dead. So I think I have to. I'm going to play a Plateau, and I'm going to Vindicate the Rabblemaster.
Sure.
And I will pass.
Play a Scalding Tarn. Cast a Questing Beast.
That's a good one.
Attack for 5.
I go to 13.
And then I'll sacrifice this Scalding Tarn. And I'll find out if there's a Portico in this deck. I don't think so.
Commercial District?
Commercial District? I don't.
Classic Gruul.
I don't think so.
Gentrification.
Let's get this stopping
Sure.
Play and say go.
I'm going to tap 3, play Dryad of the Elysian Grove. I'm going to play my first land as an Endotha Triome, and my second land is going to be a Marsh Flats.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass.
You may go. I'll cast Seek the Beast.
Yeah.
I'm exiling the top 2 cards of my library. Until my next end step, I may play those cards. I'll play this mountain.
The beep beep.
I'll play this Yavimaya Iconoclast with Kicker. With Kicker.
With Kicker.
It gets +1/+1 and haste until end of turn. And then I'll attack you with... Oh, Lord. You have a good block for my Yavimaya. Oh, no, you don't.
No, I don't have a good block.
Sure, I'll just attack with... I'll attack with every... You can block the Goblin token if you want. I'll attack with all 3.
I'm going to block the Goblin token.
Take 8.
Take 8. Go to 5.
Pass. This is on an adventure.
Untap. Draw. Thinking. First land. And I'm going to tap 5 using the Dryad so I don't take damage from this.
Totally fine.
I'm going to cast Hour of Promise.
Okay.
I search my library for 2 lands, put them into play tapped, then shuffle my library. Then if I control 2 or 3 or more deserts, it's not happening.
You make some zombies?
Make some zombies. I mean, I'm going to make some zombies, but I'm going to do so
That seems like cheating.
through the means of a Caracas and a Field of the Dead.
So they both come in at the same time, so you got 2 zombies?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they enter simultaneously. And because I have 7 or more lands, I get two 2/2s.
Do you just have the Glacial Chasm in hand as well? Or?
No, Glacial Chasm is not going to work because of Questing Beast.
Right, Questing Beast just beats Glacial Chasm.
Yeah. I will play an Arid Mesa.
Okay.
To make another zombie.
So you have 3 zombies.
Currently I have 3 zombies. And then I have to pass.
Okay, so you must have the swords for this Questing Beast.
Oh, right, I'm at 5. I'm dead.
At 5. Because it can't be blocked and I have Exalted. No?
I'm dead. I'm just dead. I don't have a target.
But can't you Hour of Promise for the Glacial Chasm instead of the...
No, because this gets...
Oh, right. I just said that again. Yeah. Yes. Incredible. Okay. Is there something? Hour of Promise to save you?
It's like, there is no way I won. No possible way.
This is how bad losing to Glacial Chasm in 2 games is. Your brain breaks after that. You forget that your cards have words on them.
I have a Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, but that doesn't do anything because you have a bunch of stuff.
Mana, yeah.
I have Dark Depths Thespian Stage, which doesn't do anything because they come into play tapped.
Right. Okay.
My Aboros, Questing Beast.
Fair enough. Questing Beast, good card.
I mean, we got to do the 5th, right? We got to do the 5th.
Let's close out the set.
We have to close out the set. We got to close out the set.
We can play 5 games in less than an hour. It's the only dig we're getting at these top 8 players.
Well, I do one thing about this type of deck is that I have been thinking about Primeval Titan, as I'm wont to do.
I was also curious to. Oh no, sorry. Primeval Titan is in the deck.
Primeval Titan's in here. I just mean as a card, and I've been thinking about Valakut, and I think that you could probably get away.
You've got a Prismatic Omen in your 2/4, right?
Yeah,
and that's maybe not even the only one of those.
You could just build a list like this where maybe instead of black you have red. As well, I mean, red is in this deck. It's a 5-color deck.
Right.
Black gives you the Demonic Consultation, but I don't actually know how much that matters. And also, you could just splash for Consult.
It won at least one of Jacob's games.
Yeah, but like, there's
and the Tainted Pact is in there too, right?
No, because Tainted Pact's a point.
Oh. Right. Okay.
But I hope there's not a Tainted Pact in here. I did take a Tainted Pact out of my collection.
Well, you haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
But your deck is on too many points?
Was Jacob's deck on too many points?
On too many points? Exciting and different things to find out live. Is Tainted Pact not a point anymore? But it was
Tainted Pact is a point.
Tainted Pact is a point?
Hold up.
Tainted Pact hasn't always been a point, I don't think. I think there's been some spreads where Tainted Pact was 0. The points list is an exciting, immutable thing.
Did I put this? Did I just like... I haven't drawn it.
Yeah.
Which is relevant.
That is relevant. Well, technically you've drawn it several times when you've been drawing your entire deck and not casting it.
Sure.
Yeah. So if anyone's curious, if you do finish a Monday night game and then you deck check your opponent afterwards, which is typical for Highlander tournaments, if they're on more points, you get a match win. That's not super relevant here, but we're curious to see the results of Inspector Wheeler's digging.
Oh no, because Strip's now 2 points.
There it is.
Why did we make Strip Mine 2 points?
So that Jacob could have a sweet deck. This is why Strip Mine next to these other cards is like not as weird.
This does make my idea for this non-Thoracle list better though, because now you get Natural Order and you get Strip.
All right.
Okay.
You do have the Tainted Pact though. You have the Tainted Pact and the Demonic Consultation in black.
Yes. All right.
So you're like, that's another piece of the garbage platter. Like, oh, they always have it, right? Like, because there's multiple ways to do it.
God, I forgot Strip Mine was made 2 points.
I'm pretty sure he's also on Profane Tutor.
Also, to be clear, the game doesn't count during recording, right? There's no way. I'm going to die before.
What are we talking about?
I'll tell you.
Okay. Oh,
you know.
game?
Yeah, you know. It's been
I don't think you even got caught. I have to answer a question.
It has destroyed the way I talk.
Yes, I've noticed.
7. I will keep.
I'm good.
I'll keep.
Yep.
Okay. Good luck.
Good luck.
Basic Forest Spurts. Go.
God. This is like the only thing that's going to matter against, right? What if you have a 2/4 as well? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'll sacrifice my Verdant Catacombs. I'm at 19. I'll get a Taiga and Chain Lightning your birds.
Oh, yep.
Go ahead.
I can't do that. I have to play Field of the Dead and pass.
Okay. You may cut.
They made Strip 2 points?
They sure did.
I made Strip 2 points?
Yes, you did. I'm going.
But Minsk and Boo is a point, right?
Almost. The part of Minsk and Boo that is Fourth Aerolingus is actually a point.
Yeah.
Like, that did happen.
Yeah, that's true.
There we go. I will shuffle. I've got 2 mana dorks.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Little awkward, considering the mana dorks and the version I use is not the best printing. Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale.
Tabernacle.
I am going to pass the turn.
So there's like a cute move you can do here if you want, where you sacrifice one of them to be able to have 3 mana going into your main phase. I don't know if I need to do that. Yeah, I think I'm better off keeping both of them alive this time. Okay. I drew the Mox Ruby. That's very good.
This guy.
This guy right here, life of the party. Don't get me wrong, though. Tabernacle is a problem. Let's go with Sentinel of the Nameless City.
Ooh,
I'll make a map token. Or no, I won't. Yes, I will. I'll make a map token. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
And then I will pass. Oh, sorry, I like medium cheated there. I was supposed to like tap my forest and then untap it to do this. I didn't actually point that out.
Shortcut.
Okay, great, great.
I'm going to fetch. Go to 19.
I do have a forest.
I'm going to grab a plateau, and I'm going to cast an Idyllic Tutor.
Great.
I would like to find Fast Bond.
Not great.
There's Oath of Druids in this deck?
Yes.
But I have like 14 creatures.
Yeah. It gets one of them.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing Oath into Dryad of the Elysian Grove and Birds of Paradise.
I'm pretty sure during the top 8 it was like he played Oath and the first thing it found was like Ramanap, and they were like, oh, okay, sick. And then like the second thing was just prime time.
It found Tatiova.
Tatiova, yeah. And then prime time. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have like a 10% chance to hit prime time.
For the record, I don't think Oath of Druids needs to necessarily hit like Gristlebrand or whatever for it to be a card banned in Legacy, but it helps.
Right.
And in this spot, like, yeah, you hit a bird and you milled half your deck. Good.
You're so stoked to mill half your deck in this deck. And also, like, it's important to remember that although Oath is a complicated card that usually is only seen in kind of complicated lists, it's only 2 mana.
Yeah. And it's tutorable.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, untap, Pendelhaven, thinking.
I believe you mean...
I mean Tabernacle, yeah. Other Legends lands, yeah. Pay for Sentinel. Mm-hmm. Pay for Noble. Yeah, I'll pay for Arbor Elf. Okay, draw. Mm-hmm. Cool and good. Am I sacrificing this map token? Yeah, I think so. Sentinel Explorers.
Map.
It's, sorry, I have to reveal it. It's Flint of Boar.
Beautiful pig.
Putting pig in the bin this time. And then Sentinel fights. Make another map token.
Yeah. I take 4. You put it in the graveyard.
I put it in the graveyard, lol.
Classic.
Skull Clamp.
Yep.
Sacrifice Scalding Tarn. Doesn't want... The iPad wants me to win. I'll get another duel.
Yep.
And pay 2 more life. Imagine if Ramnap Ruins was a mountain. No, don't. Stop imagining it. Yeah.
The click.
Ben's just gone to the spa. I'd like to... Oh, did I get in? Sorry, did I get in for Exalted there? I might have declared 4.
Yeah.
I should get in for Exalted.
I think I maybe said 4.
Okay.
It's the sickest of... the sickest of greases.
Judge. Yeah,
Hey, I said 4 and you confirmed, dude.
that's right. I will
Take this lump. It's F&M.
clamp up the Arbro.
Yeah. This is F&M, dude. We're clowning.
Pass the turn.
Fast Bond.
Yep.
Spara's headquarters. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is my first land.
First land. No damage.
Second land. The
1
Thespian
damage.
stage. 1 damage. Nope, not yet. Not yet.
One more.
Before that,
Okay.
I'm going to Thespian stage the Spara's headquarters.
You got it.
So I have 2 Spara's headquarters here.
Okay.
Then I'm going to play Glacial Chasm.
Okay.
So I don't take the damage.
Okay, sure.
Because
It's
this prevents.
prevented, but you have to sacrifice.
But I have to sack a land, and I have a Field of the Dead trigger.
Right.
So I'm going to make the zombie, and then I'm going to sacrifice this Field of the Dead.
You got.
And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Tabernacle. Sure.
Oh, wait. Do you mind
Oh,
if I
oh.
sacrifice a different land?
No.
I would like to sacrifice the Tabernacle at
Oh,
Ventral Vale.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
To make your life easy.
Sure. I won't pay mana in my keep.
If anything, I'm doing it to help you.
That's
dude.
right. Me, dude. Damage to you is prevented.
Yeah.
I'll cast Outland Liberator.
Oh.
Put the
Yep.
clamp on it.
Yep.
And then sacrifice it to destroy Fastbond.
Sick.
Draw 2 cards. None of these are land. You sacrifice Tabernacle, but like, you might just replay it. Oh well. I'll put an Abyssin's Pilgrim into play.
Sure.
And attack for 5. I get a map token.
I'll take nothing.
Pass.
Counter on this. Lose 2. Draw. I might Wargate for Oath of Druids.
Sick.
I have this Wargate in my hand. I'm going to use it for something. It's either Dark Depths or Oath of Druids. I think it's going to be... I can't tap like that. Maybe I just don't do this yet. What if I do that?
Let me sell you on this idea, though. What if you didn't Wargate for Oath of Druids?
I kind of don't like you drawing all these cards. I have a way to get rid of your Skull Clamp. But I also... Maybe I just have to try and kill you. And just accept that you're pumping all... Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to tap 3 and Wargate for 0.
Wargate for 0.
Going to find Dark Depths.
That's a good one.
And then I'm going to make a zombie, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. Your Glacial Chasm doesn't tap for mana, right?
Nope.
Okay, good. All right, I'll untap. Draw. Okay, I don't have a strip mine yet.
Good.
Yeah. No, it's not great, but it's something. Sacrifice these map tokens, maybe.
What do you chuck on a bit?
I have a Cankerbloom in hand. I could proliferate your Dark Depths counters. Actually, I could proliferate your Age counters, which is kind of sick too.
No, my Age.
Like, you don't currently have a way to get lands back from the graveyard.
No.
You're just planning on hitting me with this 2020.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm at 15.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem fair. It's indestructible too, so even if I have like multiple Fury triggers, I can't deal with it. I will cast this Cankerbloom.
Would love to think of the world where that you're creating in your mind.
I'm staring at a lot of burn spells that don't do anything. Once again, Wheeler, they're all sorcery speed. Yeah. I'm gonna proliferate. Put another ice counter on there.
Put an Age counter on here and an ice counter on here.
Yes, you get a poison too. I'm drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
All right. See how it is, deck. You never want me to have any lands ever. I get it. I will attack you so that I get a map counter.
Okay.
Or a map token, rather. And
Did you proliferate your proliferate your maps?
No, I had 2 at the beginning. Okay, I'm just making another one.
Yeah.
I didn't proliferate my maps.
just checking.
I'll cast this Smuggler's Copter.
Blocker.
I know.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I had more mana. Go ahead.
I'm gonna lose 6. I got a 5. Draw. I'm going to... Oh, I should have 2 zombies here. The one from the initial creation, and then one from the Wargate.
I'll trust you. I didn't catch it, but yeah, that's
I
fine.
announced it, I just
Yeah, you're
didn't.
fine. You're
Yeah.
fine. You have 2 zombies.
You're not playing like Kari Zev's expertise or anything, I hope. I'm gonna...
That'd be a weird include.
I'm
but
gonna
it'd be exciting.
activate this Thespian stage.
Sure. Why don't you want to do it end of my turn? You'll explain, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm doing it now
Okay.
because if you have a Wasteland
Yeah.
or a Beseiju, then I
Then
can
you're in
get
trouble.
got.
Sure.
But this way,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm activating Thespian Sage to become a copy of
I'm
Dark
tapped
Depths.
out. Yeah, exactly.
I have 2 copies of Dark Depths. They are legendary. Due to the legend rule, I'm going to decide to sacrifice the one with
this
ice
time,
counters.
he's sacrificing the one with 11.
11 ice counters. Then I have the triggered ability because this copy of Dark Depths does not have any ice counters on it. So I'm going to sacrifice it and make an indestructible Merit Lodge token.
Got that one already?
Which I don't have.
Okay.
Nelson,
I'll take it
no,
up.
you can go. It's your turn.
Okay, all right. I'll take my turn. Okay, I'm untapping.
I'll get my own.
Get your
snow
2020 and indestructible flying wizard. I will untap and draw a card.
They made it a wizard?
No, I don't know. That in the lore, right? That's what Marilage is, right? Marilage is like some big, scary wizard.
I don't know. I'm not a nerd. I don't read the lore.
Right? What's the lore? What even is lore? Okay, so you're gonna blow up my Smuggler's Copter and kill me, huh?
I don't know that for sure. I
don't?
did tell you. But we don't know that.
Maybe I can find another flying creature somehow. Does this have vigilance? No. That's okay, though. This seems like it's really good against you, but I don't know that it actually matters. I'll play a Windswept Heath. I did find a land this turn. And this is cute, but kind of good, but probably doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
Right. I kind of want to kill your zombie tokens with my Fury, just so my Fury gets to do something. Okay, let's cast Cemetery Gatekeeper and exile Dark Depths.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Thanks. It's something. And then... one. I should... Yeah, okay, so we've got 2 ways to do that. Let's clamp up Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Drawing 2 cards. Let's do it. 3. 3 mana left, huh? Let's clamp up Noble Hierarch.
Yeah.
Drawing 2 cards. That doesn't do it either. Let's sacrifice this, go to 14. Find a basic forest. Make up. Three mana left. I mean, I could rip 2 cards and they could be green mocks and birds.
Or endurance, if Noel plays endurance.
Fair. Or endurance. Well, no, because I won't have the mana to hard.
No, but if you get green mocks endurance,
then maybe you're good. I need to spend my mana to do it though. Oh, I guess I could clamp up my gatekeeper. Yeah, you're right. This gatekeeper damage doesn't actually matter, right? This is cute, but
I don't think so. I mean, I am going to sacrifice this. It matters if everything goes wrong for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's game loss prevention kind of. Well, no, it's not because this is still 2 damage. So if as long as you play that before you play other lands,
right,
then it's kind of kind of relevant.
In my head is if I lose this.
Yeah.
And then, like, if I play a land and you can bolt me, or if I play a spell to get rid of the copter, attack, and then you have another way to block. Like, if you have 2 ways of blocking, then that's really good.
Right.
But I don't know if you have that available.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, I think I should risk it. No, maybe not. You haven't actually shown me that you're going to kill the Smuggler's Copter.
I've just been talking about it. Yeah, you as a player do not know.
I think I'm going to make you. I think I'm going to make you have it.
But you as a military wife do know that I have the Rip Apart in hand.
This is like it's the same mana for 2 cards anyway. So I'll just cast Seek the Beast.
Sure.
Exiling these 2 cards. Ulvenwald Oddity and Forest. Okay. Well, I played a land already this turn, so I'm not going to jam either of those. But they also aren't blockers.
Yeah.
It's like the Questing Beast also would have been a killer draw because if we can prevent damage, maybe we can get in, right?
You also maybe have an out of you clamp this and then you.
Sorry,
no.
These are all played. This is
I mean, Pop is also an out, right? If you had drawn Price to Progress.
Yeah,
if I lose
you're right.
this,
You're right. That would have been an out.
I don't know. It's tough. It's a lot of like trying to get extremely granular over things that are very unlikely and.
Yeah. I'm going to Fork Bolt you.
I go to 3.
And then I have 7 cards in hand. I'm at 14. I'm going to pass.
Untap. I will not pay for Glacial Chasm. Go to draw a card. I am going to tap 2 and cast Rip Apart, destroying the Smuggler's Copter. Sure. And then I will attack you for 20 in the air.
Sounds good. Sorry, Noel. Couldn't get there on the best of 5 set either. I could have burned down the zombies. I mean, look, I was close to killing Marilage, which doesn't have Indestructible.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage here. But yeah, I couldn't quite put together 2 flying blockers. Glacial Chasm.
Hell of a match.
Getting there again. Yeah. Tough card to beat.
Yeah, again, it's one of these cards where you don't necessarily associate it with like running the tables. Yeah. Wait, no, was this a conversation we had for the last time? Well, Glacial Chasm is not a card you'd associate with running the tables, but it is just like such a brutal like matchup check, right? Where it's like, oh, you're not prepared to like deal with Glacial Chasm, then you are going to get absolutely washed by Glacial Chasm.
Yeah, I mean, you can have outs to Glacial Chasm in the form of like interaction, or the Questing Beast kind of works, or you can have another way to win the game.
Yeah.
Right? But Glacial Chasm does say no to the usual.
The core.
The regular hit them with creatures, maybe finish them off with burn spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well played then.
Well played. And well watched opponent. you, the third player, or four, depends on how many people you're watching with, or like animals. Either way, you and your cats should all support us over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. That, of course, is the best way to help us out, because everything we do here is brought to you by you. And if you like North 100 Showdown, it's a great way to support North 100 Showdown, as well as, maybe checking out the list that we played or more information on the format down below. I've been Wheeler. I'll probably continue to be Wheeler. Thank you, Nelson, for joining me.
Still Nelson.
Thank you to Ben on tech.
Could I be Wheeler?
Are you sure? Think very carefully before you say yes to this.
You may, but you have to decide right away.
Oh. Let's find out next episode.
See you next time. Bye-bye.